김정은 동지께서 존경하는 자제분과
She's been called North Korea's lovely child, dear child, and more recently, the respected child. Kim Joo-ae is believed to be about 11 years old, and her frequent appearances have political observers wondering if she's next in line to become supreme ruler of the reclusive East Asian nation. Believed to be current leader Kim Jong-un's second child, Joo-ae was first revealed to the world in photos released in November 2022. She appeared alongside her father to watch the launch of an intercontinental ballistic missile. Since then, the young girl has been repeatedly seen at large-scale events, including military parades and national ceremonies, often holding hands with her father and surrounded by senior officials. Her growing exposure has generated buzz, raising questions about whether she is Kim Jong-un's heir apparent. If not her, then who will be the next leader of North Korea? Joo-ae is not the first female member of the Kim family to make international headlines.
이제 좀 흥미로운 거는 이제 김정은 위원장 주변에 몇몇 여성들의 얼굴들이 보이고 있다라는 측면에서 여성들의 뭔가 입김이 좀 더 강해진 것이 아니냐 이런 이제 논점들이 좀 나오고 있는 거죠.
Joo-ae's aunt, Kim Yo-jong, has rapidly risen in the ranks of the regime since December 2011. That was when Kim Jong-un took over after the death of their father and longtime ruler Kim Jong-il. Standing behind her brother, Yo-jong made her first public appearance at their father's funeral. She then became a regular presence at Kim Jong-un's side. In 2018, Yo-jong became the first member of the Kim family to visit South Korea since the Korean War. She was part of the delegation that went to the 2018 Winter Olympics in the South Korean city of Pyeongchang, where athletes from North and South competed in a joint team. Yo-jong was even invited to a concert with then South Korean President Moon Jae-in.
She smiled a lot. So just by showing up, the South Korean people were excited that, wow, what does this mean? This mysterious princess from Pyongyang is here, that Kim Jong-un sent his dear little sister to South Korea. That must mean that we are on the verge of real rapprochement, improvement of relations, de-escalation of tension, denuclearization, maybe reunification, who knows? So went the public sentiment at the time, and she played the proverbial role of the good cop to her brother's bad cop.
Kim Yo-jong's diplomacy run didn't stop there. She met South Korean leader Moon again when she accompanied her brother on his first trip to the South. Shook hands with Chinese President Xi Jinping during Kim Jong-un's trip to China. Greeted then U.S. President Donald Trump in Singapore. And most recently traveled with her brother to Russia and met with President Vladimir Putin. Among her various titles, Yo-jong is the nominal head of Pyongyang's propaganda and agitation department. She has become known for her fiery and strongly worded statements against South Korea.
노즐한 족짐을 살포 너름에 앞장에선 짐승보다 못한 추악한 쓰레기들의 배후에서 괴뢰 버스 패당이 얼마나 흉악하게 널아대고 있는가를 우리는 낱낱이 새겨두고 있습니다.
그만큼 대남 메시지의 채널로서의 역할을 하고 있는 것이고, 또 여성임에도 불구하고 이런 굉장히 군사적이고 그런 메시지, 그러니까 대남 군사적인 그 중요한 결정을 담은 메시지라든가 아니면 이 남북연락사무소를 폭파하는 결정을 내가 내렸다 이런 식의 표현을 하고 있는 것들은 저는 이게 이 백두혈통을 일종의 젠더라는 어떤 성격이 아니라 지도자로서의 그 역량을 구축하기 위한 하나의 방안이었다라고 저는 생각하고 있어요.
In September 2021, Yo-jong was promoted to the country's top decision-making body, solidifying her position as the de facto number 2. Political experts say Yo-jong's ascension has been deliberate.
She has been known to be very capable, very intelligent. Kim Jong-il's favorite child was his youngest, Kim Yo-jong. Kim Jong-il thought very highly of his young daughter, and supposedly told the Japanese chef one day that if she were not a girl, if she were a boy, he would hand down power to her, to Kim Yo-jong instead of Kim Jong-un. And I interpret that kind of rapid elevation of Kim Yo-jong within the North Korean government as an effort by Kim Jong-un to take measures just in case he himself becomes incapacitated. Who other than his trusted and very capable sister to take care of him, his wife, his children? I see the brother and sister genuinely being affectionate toward each other, liking each other, trusting each other. There's genuine trust between the two.
But more importantly, Yo-jong is part of the Mount Paktu bloodline.
North Korea is such a heavily male-dominated, chauvinistic culture. What supersedes such cultural political biases against women in North Korea, I believe, is that power must remain within the family. That is, North Korea has created this myth of the so-called Mount Paktu bloodline. And Mount Paktu is a real, physical, majestic mountain straddling the border between North Korea and China. And in Korean mythology, it's the birthplace, the cradle of the Korean civilization, the Korean people. So Mount Paktu occupies an exalted, almost a sacred place in Korean psychology, Korean consciousness.
The Mount Paktu bloodline traces back to Kim Il-sung, the grandfather of Kim Jong-un. Referred to as the Great Son of Life, Il-sung was the founding leader of North Korea and ruled from 1948 until he died in 1994. Then, leadership was passed to his eldest son, Kim Jong-il, who ruled the country for 17 years until 2011. Kim Jong-un, the third and youngest son of the late leader, was announced as the great successor. At no point has North Korea ever seen a woman at the top. Before Yo-jong, only one has been close. That was Kim Kyung-hee, an aunt of Kim Jong-un and Kim Yo-jong. She was the first and only female four-star general in the country. She remained the preeminent female face of the Kim family until her husband, Chung Song-taek, was executed for corruption, sedition, and other criminal charges in late 2013.
But Kim Kyung-hee never asserted herself nearly as forcefully as Kim Yo-jong. At no point did we see Kim Kyung-hee play any role in these high-profile summit meetings, whereas Kim Yo-jong has been in attendance virtually in every single summit meeting by her brother.
So it appears that if there are real contenders for the highest position, it's between Yo-jong and Young Do-ae. But are there any sons in the running? It's difficult to tell.
I don't know if Kim Jong-un has a son or not. In the past, South Korean government officials speculated that Kim Jong-un has a son who might be a year or two older than this cute daughter that Kim Jong-un has been parading around since November of 2022.
Two of the three leaders from the Kim dynasty showed a clear preference for sons over daughters in the selection of their successors. Will it be the same for Kim Jong-un?
그 후계자는 여성이건 남성이건 별로 중요하지 않다. 특히 이제 백두혈통에 있어서는 여성이건 남성이건 별로 중요하지 않다라는 거죠. 더 중요한 건 김주애가 그만큼의 능력이 있느냐, 군을 통솔할 수 있는 능력이 있느냐, 그만큼의 그 결단력이 있느냐의 문제인 것이지, 그 사람이 여성이어서가 안 된다라는 부분은 아닐 수 있겠다.
If it is Ju-ae, is she prepared to rule?
Clearly, she's prepubescent. She's a child, elementary school age child. What can an 11-year-old do right now? Lead her nation's delegation to a foreign country? Receive a foreign delegation? Shake hands with President Xi Jinping? I mean, what can an 11-year-old do? Get on the podium and stand in front of a podium on top of a stool and give an address to 5,000 people? I don't think so. So for the next 10, 15 years, until one of Kim Jong-un's children becomes an adult, I see no other viable candidate to be the next supreme leader, if necessary, other than Kim Yo-jong.
Kim Jong-un is believed to be 40 years old as of 2024. His father lived until about 70, and his grandfather lived until he was 82. Assuming a similar lifespan, it will be several decades before it becomes clear which Kim will become North Korea's next supreme leader. That is, if the country retains its autocratic system, ruled by one family.